Hey everyone, welcome to the Game Week 5 team selection video. Before we get started, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you've been doing well so far, hopefully better than me. I think some of my advice has actually been better and I just haven't been taking it. Um, but yeah, please don't forget to like and subscribe and we'll get into the team selection video. For once, I have already done the transfer. I've been talking about it for a little bit. I do have some transfer ideas and as to where to go in probably the next game week or two. And we'll quickly talk about that, go over the transfer or the transfer news in the league as to who's being brought in, who's being brought out, and some players that I'd recommend taking for your squad. Okay, so we're gonna have to start Vicario in net against Salernitana. Salernitana has actually been scoring a decent amount, but I still don't rate them as a high quality squad, and I do think an Empoli defense can take a clean sheet here, which is why I have Vicario and Ismaili both starting. Mela hasn't started the last two games, so I feel like unless there's something really wrong with him and the coaching staff or something like that, like the transfer window's closed, thank gosh. But I do think Mela should be getting a start here against Monza. And to be truly honest, it's probably, I mean, they did get a clean sheet in one of them, which I missed out on, but it is a relatively good fixture to at least have him started. Smalling should be starting again. He did play the majority of last game, but he only got about 60 minutes, so I think he'll be rested enough to get the start again. And Theo Hernandez just always starts. It'll be a tough match against Inter, but I'm hoping that attacking threat will be what pushes him over the edge, which is why out of the defense, I am benching Skriniar this week. He's the most likely, I think, for rotation out of all of my defense right now, maybe Ismaili. And facing AC Milan, they'll probably get scored on. And I just think out of the attacking threat, like I think both Milan teams will score, but I think Theo Hernandez being on the penalties has the better attacking threat than Skriniar. Moving into the midfield, we have Lozano and Kvaratskhelia likely to be playing again after coming on late last game. So I'm hoping to see both of them back in. Bajrami, kind of in a similar situation as Mela, should be starting after missing the last two games in the transfer window being closed. And it'll be interesting. I could see his minutes being managed a bit. I will be starting Dybala and likely as captain against Udinese. Same with Tammy Abraham. I've decided already to transfer out Osimhen instead of Tammy Abraham for Vlahovic. Despite the lack of goals, Tammy Abraham, he has so many opportunities, and I feel like they're going to turn into goals eventually. And working with Dybala right now, I kind of like the way that's looking. And with the fixture this week, they have Udinese and Napoli of Lazio. So I thought that there were a couple different things that pointed to choosing to keep Abraham for the week rather than Osimhen to get in Vlahovic. Obviously, I couldn't go Jovic to Vlahovic. And that's what led that decision. They both have a couple good fixtures coming up. Napoli has three in a row, which will be good for them, which is maybe the argument point to keep Osimhen over Abraham. But other than that, I still have some Napoli attackers here. I'm going to keep Abraham. Belotti might get the start this upcoming week, but I almost have a feeling that Belotti is going to be used as more of a Europa Coppa Italia kind of striker, and then to back up Abraham during Serie A, and Abraham will focus on the Serie A. That's just my prediction right now. You can let me know in the comments if you think otherwise or you've heard otherwise already, but that's just what I'm thinking right now. I got my vice captaincy on Vlahovic right now, just based on the fixture. Although Fiorentina's looked pretty weak, I might switch that, and I'm sure Vlahovic would also be up for facing his old club. On the bench, as I said, we have Skriniar, Jovic, and Serie. Sere's just not really doing anything at all right now. If I have a time where I don't know what to do and I have two free transfers, I guess would be the time I get rid of him. And then we have Falcone as the backup keeper right now. That probably won't get it. As we can see, maybe I'll try to get this video up later on today and have a double upload today, just because it's an extremely early deadline and I do want to give you time to see it. So I'll probably schedule this then, because I am shooting this on Friday. I'll get this up as a later evening video and have the double upload today rather than one tomorrow. And yes, that's how the team is looking. We are starting off with Fiorentina Juventus right off the hop tomorrow. Um, Inter Milan and Lazio Napoli. So all the big clubs playing on Saturday with the smaller ones, and then Roma and Atalanta to come later in the week. But it'll be a crazy match day tomorrow. It's a shame I will be missing, unfortunately, all the games. I'm also a soccer referee myself, and I'm doing a tournament, so I will not get to take part in watching those exciting fixtures. But let's see what the transfer plans are. So obviously, I've already gone Osimhen out, Vlahovic in. And so I do still have one more free transfer this week, and I was kind of debating on whether I wanted to use it right now or not. Two players that I'm thinking about bringing in right now. I'm kind of putting Arnautovic on the back burner a little bit. He's still someone I want to get in, but that's more of a luxury move right now. I am starting to have some fires to put out and some players that need to be jumped on as well. And I think Coop Miners is one of those. He has been scoring like crazy recently. And if we go here and sort by score, you'll see his name jump to the top. He scored 4 goals in the last 2 games, 2 penalties, 2 from open play, absolute stunners from beyond the penalty area. And I'm probably going to be looking at getting rid of Bashirami for him. The reason I don't think I'm going to do it this week is one, Bashirami's missed the last 2 games, should definitely be playing this week. And when it comes to close fixtures together, making sure you have those starts is very key. Coop Miners has also started all 4 games so far, and therefore I think that he has the potential to miss. I'm not saying for sure, but I think there is the potential to miss the upcoming game week. So that's why I think I'm going to stick with Bajrami, especially against Salernitana. Coop Miners against Monza, you could definitely tear them up as well, but that's kind of why I'm thinking of sticking like that. The other transfer I was thinking was going Vicario to Perin. Unfortunately, Shenzi suffered what looked like a pretty bad injury during the game against Spezia. Landed and twisted his ankle. Look at the injury reports. Apparently, there's no fracture or severe like ligament tears or anything. So he might be coming back a little sooner than it probably would have looked like he would if you saw what happened. So that's why I don't want to get him in yet because I don't want to waste transfer and then have to get him out again. I could do that and then just starting Falcone if Szczesny comes back quicker. But I kind of like the double starting keeper right now, especially when being a 4.0 million. So I do want a little bit more of a hard set time of when Shenzi's going to come back before I get Perrine in. And I'd say if it's 4 game weeks or more that I could have him in between the sticks, I'd probably take it. But yeah, so that's kind of how the team's looking. Those are my transfer plans right now. If I were to be getting in players right now, I'd say the big players to look at right now is Kvaratskhelia still, Coop Miners as another one, Vlahovic, Dybala's been playing amazing, and if I had to pick one more, I would probably say Lautaro Martinez has just been looking to be flying, and he'll be starting games with Lukaku out right now. So once again, my top 5 is Kvaratskhelia, Coop Miners, Dybala, Vlahovic, and Lautaro Martinez as of right now. If you can be getting those players in right now, I'd really stress it. Although, to be truly honest, I now have 3 of the 5 of them. Well, Vlahovic hasn't contributed any points to me yet, and I'm not doing great right now. So hopefully this is going to be a better week. Hopefully the rotation works more in my favor after missing so much last week, and we see a better score and a climb up the rankings. We are going to go see the players being brought in. And as you can see here, players that I've been mentioning for a while now, Kvaratskhelia, Vlahovic, Martinez, and Arnautovic are all players I've been mentioning lately, and Anderson, who's I think got off a brace recently or some big points recently. Falling off now is Lukaku after an injury. Jovic has been kind of disappointing after that first game. Gonzalez, Guzins, finally people are jumping off that wagon because I don't know. He was like attacking on Atalanta, but he just hasn't found his place in the Inter squad. And Rebic after 2 straight games of him not starting. So I think that Rebic hype has died down significantly now. And we're moving on to bigger and better things. Okay, hope you've enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.